Words.
Okay, all right, we're gonna play it safe. I like that, and I think that's probably gonna be a mid Dragon Knight and Envy's safe lane. And I think that's the right, it's the right situation there. I don't think you need to get that creative. I think you feel like you're the better team.
In a way, it shut down Dandy's game a bit because that's how Navi want to play with the cop and recently. Like you put a Dragon Knight there, Keen's not gonna.
I wonder if they just do like a safe shot. Bat Rider's up again. But I felt like it was A plus 1.
A plus Phantom over Tiny?
No, Tiny should be in the off.
Yeah.
PL probably. I feel like
Definitely trying with it.
Against the Chen.
Oh, against the Chen. Okay.
Yeah, try to maybe shut.
Gentlemen, I think we've talked about this match in length. There's a couple of voices you haven't heard yet, though, and these voices are the ones that are going to tell you the story between Fnatic and NAVY here in this best-of-3 quarterfinals. It is over to ODPixel and Fog.
Thank you very much, Shiva, and indeed, finally, we're ready to get into the Dota 2. A big thank you, of course, to you all online watching and to the beautiful fans here for being very patient with us. We've finally got a match to give you, and what a match it's going to be. I'm ODPixel, I'm here with Fogged, and we have got quite a spectacular display of Dota coming up, I'm sure. It's Na'Vi versus Fnatic. The game is underway. Let's get ourselves into the action. Fogged, we've had the drafts. What sort of screams out to you? Anything that sort of says to you, this is the hero to watch this game?
I wouldn't say just a specific hero to watch, but Na'Vi does have very elusive heroes on their two cores. The PL and the Queen of Pain have pretty good ways to just get out of everything from Fnatic because their lockdown isn't the most guaranteed. They have to close the gap pretty much with like Dragon Knight after the Bat Rider lasso, which can be a little bit hard, especially versus that Phantom Lancer. I'm excited to watch this, the Lil Chen though, to be honest with you. That's probably the one that I'm going to be keeping eyes on a lot because they can put a lot of pressure with this dual lane. The Chen Tiny is one of actually my favorites that we've seen a bunch of times because not only can you guarantee that level 2 on the Tiny nice and early to be able to, of course, pressure the lane because you have that high burst, but being able to throw the Chen creeps and close the gap is super important.
Well, we'll see what sort of lane matchups both teams do get and who gets the favorable laning situation.
They want the PL versus the...
Yeah. Certainly the big one.
So the nice thing about Death Prophet when you're laning versus a Chen and like some strength hero like Tiny is Spirit Sniping is going to be very useful. The Chen creep comes next to you, it's the highest HP thing in the game at that moment in time. So if you get a Spirit Siphon on it, you can actually survive those dives.
In terms of the control as it is,
Fnatic gets all 4 bounties.
They do. Na'Vi don't even have a look at the runes. Fnatic, they get them all for free. Na'Vi don't even try and contest them.
When you have a Chen, it's pretty hard to contest runes.
But I mean, even just one of them, surely, Fog.
Maybe just one. Either way, they give it up.
Okay. Well, Dendy will get the favorable block hit on the mid lane. We'll be able to keep control of the lane on the high ground. We'll see how he does against Arbed, because Arbed, this LAN, he's had some pretty phenomenal performances in the laning phase on mid lane.
He absolutely has, and we've seen this matchup time and time again. It used to be favored like quite a long time ago now, but since the rework of Dragon's Blood and Breathe Fire, DK is able to stand his own and actually farm just fine. We'll see what happens with the rotation.
So Na'Vi do get that matchup as usual. They've got the PL versus bat lane. But at the same time, over the other side, as you mentioned, Envy should feel fairly safe up here against these two heroes. The point in the Siphon, as we saw already, trying to use it to harass back the members of Na'Vi.
DJ doing a really important move bottom. Since they have a Bat Rider and they got a good lane block in the initial with the Ice Shards, he actually blocked the pull, and he's putting a lot of pressure onto LeBron, actually forcing him to TP back to the tier.
Oh boy.
But yeah, blocking that pull camp so they can't just reset the lane and get those levels can actually allow the Bat Rider to get levels, which allows him to not allow Crystallize to abuse the Doppelganger, because the cooldown's so heavy, he's going to try to force it constantly and then keep those sticky stacks going.
Giving a bit of a rundown, and of course, there we have it. Doppelganger to remove those stacks. Well, the tower hits as well, going on to Universe. Does end up bringing him a little lower than he was actually able to get Crystallize down to. So Universe pops the salve. We'll go in again with the shards. Firefly wears off though, so the aggression will have to be toned down for a bit by Fnatic mid lane. Both Dendy and Arbed really going at it here. Dendy starting to salve up. Maybe thinking about getting him for a few more right clicks. He's got the 2 points in the dagger, of course, at this stage, just constantly using it to keep Arbed very much low. In this mid lane matchup, Arbed, he has only got the Tango, which will still be on cooldown for 20 seconds in terms of regen. He's got a couple of mangoes though, and does now have 2 points in the passive, so can continue to hold his ground. CS trade-wise, pretty even. Top lane though, General getting away with a kill on Envy?
Tornado from the Wild Wing.
Yeah, it all adds up, I guess, over time.
Yeah, the Tornado from the Wild Wing plus just being able to close the gap. They've got like a big creep advantage going into the tower there. Envy just getting overran.
That's massive, though, for General.
It is.
Getting that effectively with him being the only hero up there. That solo first blood in that sense. Big plays on the top lane for Na'Vi. Mid lane, see Lil. He poised behind that mid-tier 1 tower. Maybe see if he can find either a courier snipe or if Dendy's able to get Arbed low enough, can go in for a few punches onto the DK on the way back.
Yeah, more than likely wanting that courier before the 3-minute mark, but then as soon as it hits 3, his invis is wearing out. He's gonna find a creep.
Up bottom lane, Crystallize, continue to farm very well against this back matchup.
That was nice by Lil. He just waits to the last moment possible while Fnatic is working on that Wild Wing. He takes a new creep, no money for them.
Mid lane matchup, Arbed with a slightly but incredibly close between these two at the moment. Arbed now with the Soul Ring can keep the spam up, keep that wave pushed underneath the tower. That is going to be quite far forward, and we are going to see Lil go for a bit of a movement onto mid, comes in with a rotation, TP's coming in, and it's down onto Arbed. He's falling low, but the backup's there from DJ. Arbed will be fine for now. DJ trying to take down that Satire Torment to get a bit of money out of this if he can, but he can't quite do it. Now they'll turn with a burst, and DJ has to be careful. Free fire out to Dendy will stop him from chasing for more, and Dendy was out of mana. We're seeing a situation now where DJ and Arbed have to make a bit of a walk back to base and wait for the regen. And bottom, the Universe being gone upon, will turn towards Crystallize. Crystallize removes the stacks. Now, with the Spirit Lance, popping onto Universe. Universe will put the 1 charges. Universe keeping himself alive for now, kiting up both LeBron and Crystallize. But he's very low, will have to take the TP back to base. So multiple lanes where we are seeing Na'Vi being able to sort of shove members of Fnatic out of the lanes temporarily.
Yeah. The Elver's Badge is a classic. So much physical damage versus the low armor. The Bad and able to remove those stickies. So this defensive mid ward that they placed behind Abed is really important to be able to watch those low rotations, at least in the early game. Really emphasizing on that top side, because that's where Chens do play. They put both wards up.
Dendy continues to trade farm with Abed both mids, getting something out of this middle lane. Levels as well, pretty much sitting even in experience. It's very unlikely for Arbed to fall. I mean, we may obviously see him sort of getting harassed by the dagger, but that passive regen and such, he should always be at sort of a point where it's very hard for Dendy to burst him. Obviously, once the level 6 comes online, we can see if Dendy does find an opportunity to go for the play. Up top, Lil is coming in with a rotation.
Looking to toss.
There we go, there's the Centaur. And on top, they've got the Avalanche to follow through, and with the columns as well, they're going to have it. Highlight Eye taken out. But the Fnatic, they're looking for the bigger return plays. They go straight in onto General. There's the send back home, though, and General, will he get back in time? He will. You said we had to watch Lil's Chen and making a couple of brilliant plays up on that top lane.
Yeah, we literally talked about that. The tossing the creep is very important, and just a perfect send home, saving those stick charges. 18 HP by General, and he just comes back top because he's got that TP available. No downtime.
Big plays from Lil to make sure that Na'Vi can get these early kills, keep their core safe. Course of Fnatic still farming very well in comparison to Na'Vi, bottom lane. But we go on to Universe. Universe will be fine. LeBron not quite the control to hold down a bat at this stage. But he's constantly keeping the pressure on Universe. So Universe not really able to press this PL at all. Oh, they're going for it again. The Centaur stun. They've got the burst. Envy's down. DJ, he'll come across, but there's not much he can do against these two. General and Lil starting to overrun this top lane. The Chen army too strong for this safe lane Death Prophet. I mean, as you said, sure, if he can get the Siphon off, he'll be fine, but with the amount of stun control they have between the creeps that Lil's grabbing, he just can't react at all, Envy.
Definitely.
They're going to need to send more up here, and they have Fnatic. Do not have 3 members up on this top lane. They are going to try and make a go onto Lil, but they turn. Avalanche for General comes out. Lil trapped up for now by the shard. They'll toss in a Centaur once again. It comes out, but Lil will fall. Fnatic get the return kill. They get the Centaur as well. So Fnatic finally able to get themselves a kill on the board and temporarily put a stop to Lil's reign on that top lane.
Yeah, they got to do something. They have to do that to punch back, because it's already too hard for DJ to really make movements elsewhere. So staying top for that is definitely very important for it. Universe is really struggling bottom. after that decent start that he had, only level 4 right now. LeBron has actually been doing great on the AA. It's not like this massive impact, it's just constantly pulling the waves.
Look at this stuff. Straight away, Lil back up top. They walk straight into Pylai Die, they take the kill. Witch Doctor's gone. Lil not to be deterred from hanging around on this side of the map. Immediately returning to the area, finding yet more kills for the team.
Got double Satyrs now too. They're just gonna keep this pressure on this top lane. This is definitely a problem for Fnatic. They have to find a solution.
EternaLEnVy just having to play incredibly safely in this top lane. He's got a lot of those early little defensive items, the infused raindrops.
General wants
but
in.
General is hunting. TPs are going to come through. General rather deep here. DJ won't look for the control onto the Tiny underneath the tower because Fnatic understandably a bit scared of it all in bottom lane. Uni trying for a TP out, but the damage output from Crystallize and LeBron is too much with that chilling touch. DJ gets the shards out to 2 Pi, looking for the cast bounces. EternaLEnVy's going to come forward. He does have the exorcism if needed. We'll just try with the Siphon for now. They've got the snowball closing out on the General, but the send home is there, and it's going to be in time. General will get back to safety. Fnatic unable to get that crucial kill onto General's Tiny.
Navi playing these two side lanes in perfect manner. The bottom lane, Crystallize is level 7 already on the Phantom Lancer. His AA is level 5. The top lane, we've seen what's been happening constantly already, level 6 on General. Very good start.
The best lane, of course, for Fnatic at the moment is this mid lane. Arbed now able to get a bit of a net worth lead against Endy. Constantly using the Elder Dragon form to apply this early pressure to the tier 1 tower that's already down to half health. I mean, Arbed can get an early mid-tier 1 for the team. That's going to be massive. It's going to open up the map in the sense that we can start to see Fnatic supports afford to be a bit more mobile and trying to alleviate some of that pressure that Navi are applying to that top lane by forcing them to react to the plays elsewhere.
Yeah, and we might actually see them make a move for Arbed if he pushes it up too far.
That would be a big kill to get. Well, Lil, LeBron, Arbed, rather far forward here. They'll jump in straight away. They've got the Purge creep as well, slowing him down. Arbed pops the stick charges. Coldbeat's going to kick him, but back up there for Fnatic. EternaLEnVy with the exorcism. The snowball's closing onto Dendy. Dendy's still alive for now. He's going to be sent back home. Dendy will be fine. DJ forced back. The Sad-Eye Blast, not enough to finish him off. EternaLEnVy trying to find some kills with this exorcism. He's looking towards LeBron, but LeBron will get out of range just in time.
And Dendy's back.
Turn around. Dendy comes in with the Sonic Wave. He clears them up. Navi holding this mid lane at 9 minutes in, they're 8 for 1, a 3k lead. Fnatic just can't get a break anywhere on the map.
Actual perfect rotations and perfect spell usages there. Dendy there, he actually wants, and he wanted to Sonic Wave ideally on the Dragon Knight initially, but he had 3 mana short. He gets sent home, and then it's actually better that he didn't use the Sonic Wave. He's able to burst down the Death Prophet, and during that, poor Pylai Die gets bursted down by General. So Navi actually making all the right moves in this.
This has been some crazy early game for Navi, that's for sure. And maybe to have been expected with some of the lanes and sort of the heroes, as you said at the start. You're looking at this lineup of Navi, and they sort of have to have this impact. And boy, so far, 10 minutes in, they certainly have.
You want to have very early game.
Oh, and EternaLEnVy.
EternaLEnVy.
Oh, he's walked right into this. The combo, the Ice Blast, he's gone. Navi
Starting to get definitely concerning here for Fnatic. Your safe lane Death Prophet is falling further and further behind. The exorcism was used on the tower and mid Dendy.
We'll walk into a Dragon Tail. They come over the snowball, but the Hanagon comes through. Do they have the control, the cask, and everything being thrown down? Dendy get the blink off, but there's Universe waiting in the trees, ready for the catch.
And they should be able to transition this into a tower, which is absolutely what they need right now in Fnatic.
They do. They need to group up and go. This is the sort of push that we're talking about. It will finish off this tier 1 tower. Nice and early, 11 minutes in. With the DK, this is the sort of timing you want to hit in terms of taking that mid tower away from your opponents. Navi won't be able to put a stop to it, but at the same time, bottom lane, Crystallize gets the tower. He's actually moving in onto Pylai on his own. Doppelganger's forward, but a lot of heroes are coming in to look to punish him. Straight away, Fnatic responding. They're on to Crystallize. Crystallize silent, stunned up. They get the kill. Fnatic will catch Crystallize. But they have lost both side lane tier 1 towers. Still though, Fnatic, they absolutely have to do this as a unit. These 4-man reactions, incredibly necessary at this stage to take back control of the game and to shut down some of these cores of Na'Vi that are getting incredibly out of hand.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
General, Blink Dagger reveal, in onto Universe. Ice Blast won't catch. So with that, Universe will survive. Still a little off the mark there, from the AA.
Yeah, a bit of a mistake there coming in from LeBron.
General?
Wants to go back in
I
here.
mean, he does. He's got the blink back up. Universe has got to be careful. General duking out damage. If he sees a chance, he'll certainly jump for it.
He wants to keep the catapult alive for as long as possible, getting some pressure.
Backups coming in as well for General. This is a bit of a scary bit of the map if Fnatic do respond to this. There's 4 heroes of Na'Vi ready to push in with the Chen army and try and take a tier 2. 12 minutes in. This early push continuing to come out from Na'Vi at a stage of the game where it's very hard for Fnatic to sort of reply to this sort of play.
Yeah, Fnatic, like ideally, they don't really want to have to group up. They want to get for pickoffs except for when they have Exorcism on the Death Prophet. But Envy's so underfarmed at this point that he is easily burstable by the Tiny with that Blink Dagger.
Take the tower. More money to the pocket for Dendi. 3 of the top 4 net worth heroes on the board, as you can see, being that of Na'Vi's cause.
Got Lasso ready. They've got DK form, and Abed does have the Shadow Blade available.
They need something big for this play.
They spotted General with the ward here.
Got to get some momentum for Universe. As you say, he's been falling behind. He's behind Lil's net worth on the Chen.
Yeah.
Seen some fantastic stuff from Uni's back in the past. He's got to bring it out here for bottom lane General and Crystallize there and onto Envy. The cast comes out, but Envy will fall. That'll be 1 down now with the chase away. They look for Pilot Eye. Universe trying to find some sort of control. They've got the Death Ward out onto General. General falling low. They find General in response. Pilot Eye surviving, finally ticks down to the cold feet, but they're getting return kills for Fnatic. They may have lost a Witch Doctor and a DP, but for a team that's behind, getting both General and Crystallize is great news for Fnatic. Dendi though,
Envy with the sacrifice there for sure.
Dendi looking for the play, jumps in quick with the burst, does have a Sonic Wave ready to go, but Arbed's there with the Shadow Blade. Backs off, and he won't be able to find the return kill.
4K advantage for Na'Vi. Even though they've lost Crystallize now twice back-to-back in the same region. Does have the Diffusal Blade finished with Treads and Aquila at such an early time.
14 minutes in.
Yeah.
But look who's close behind him. Arbed's DK.
Yeah. They really need this DK to get high levels and just pretty much massive in this game to deal with that Phantom Lance's illusions later on. Flash damage from the Dragon form is one of their main forms of AoE.
And of course with that Shadow Blade, we've seen many games before with the DK against PL. So I mean, sure, in the sense that you imagine the PL is going to be quite elusive from the stun, but from the Shadow Blade, if you can get close and personal, get that sort of setup stun for the rest of the team to follow up on, it's very hard for this PL to play around with. You can hold him down, you will kill Crystallize.
And it's going to be real nice for him to be that core, that like initiator, because Batrider doesn't have the Blink deck. His Universe went for the drums, he's still a little bit delayed, about 1k gold.
Moving from Na'Vi, DJ on the other side of the tree line will dispel some of the smoke. Na'Vi quickly ping out, they know that someone's down there. DJ is going to walk around into a bit of a nasty place for him though. Na'Vi, they'll take the kill, not the biggest of kills, may open up for a bit of pressure to be applied to this tier 1 tower in the mid lane. We'll see how they go with this. They do have the full 5-man here. At the same time though, Fnatic, the 4 of them, they're putting some pressure onto the tier 1 top. So the trades continue. Na'Vi will claim this tier 1 mid tower.
Fnatic's awfully low on mana right now in majority of the... I think Na'Vi might just want to contest this.
And yeah, they know that the Exorcism's about to wear out on Envy.
Oh, they're just making their way
going
into the
for
pit.
Roche.
They've got the Medallion finished on the Chen from earlier, and Penitence makes this Roche go down very quickly.
Fnatic going to come and check this. Fnatic do have a ward just outside the pit. I mean, they're going to be aware that something fishy's going along here. They do have Firefly. They could try for some sort of a steal. Arbed coming in with the Shadow Blade on the sideline. Universe pops the Firefly. Roshan falling low. Arbed comes in. He's looking for some sort of steal. Play the Snowball as well. They kill General. And the Fnatic are in. They get the Roshan kill. They get the Aegis. They take it away from Na'Vi. Fnatic coming in. Na'Vi, they need to find some kills out of this. Fnatic have just got away with absolute murder. And Na'Vi, they're desperate to make them pay for it. They'll be able to take the Aegis straight away out of the Tusk hands. Sonic Wave comes through a little unnecessarily. It gets the job done though. That Na'Vi, they should get DJ as well. As DJ will roll himself up towards the Ancients, Na'Vi will find the kill. So Fnatic, I mean, they get Roshan, they get Aegis, but in terms of the numbers, Na'Vi still come out on top. It looked to be a really sweet play for Fnatic, but the risk, it didn't really end up paying off.
Yeah, I really love that decision making there by Na'Vi though. They see the Exorcism blown, they see a couple of heroes with low mana as well. They know we can just make our way in that pit. Very important for Fnatic to contest it though, I believe, still. I think just denying that Aegis is actually going to slow down Na'Vi a lot, because if they had this Aegis, I think that they could actually just barrel down and take the other two tier 2s, which would be a huge problem.
I mean, as we saw, you know, taking the top tier 2 at 12 minutes in, there's a lot of momentum, a lot of push for Na'Vi, so any attempt from Fnatic to certainly put a stop to that is going to be big news for them.
Yeah.
Overall, still Na'Vi maintaining hold of this game, and I think in this game 1, we're certainly just seeing sort of the continuation of the momentum that Na'Vi brought in the best of 1 earlier today.
Yeah. And they're getting very close to a Chen with Aghanim, so Lil is quite enormous. That's going to be very helpful because Fnatic, they're already, you can tell, they're a bit damage lacking. Pretty much relying on the Exorcism a lot of the time. Sure, that time not, but Na'Vi was a bit low. And these Chen creeps, these Ancients, they can make a big difference in the fight. Tanking the Exorcism damage, also giving you higher HP if you do have the Granite Golem. Crystallize, healing up on Linken's, wanting to avoid that DK stun as well as that lasso as best as possible.
Do you like that in terms of sort of opposed to the more classic Manta style follow-ups to defuse of this game? Because there is a silence in this game. You feel like sort of the single target lockdown is the bigger issue.
I think it definitely is the bigger issue. I really do like the Lincoln. I think he still could switch though. Still the option. Manta's also a very good one, just for removing that silence and also causing that like panic with her. But I think blocking the initial stun is the most important thing in Fnatic's lineup.
Bottom lane, Dendi. How about the cast? Pilot just going for the death wall play. Dendi, he may think about just, if he jumps back in, he'd be in a lot of trouble because Universe and DJ are there to support Pi.
Yep.
But Dendi will back off.
Na'Vi seems pretty okay with just doing this farm game at the moment. They know that they're looking at Fnatic's lineup, right? They have a Dragon Knight and a Death Prophet. Ideally, these two heroes, they want to be expending their ulti and hitting towers. And they're not getting that option because the way that Na'Vi's splitting the map up, constantly pushing in the side lanes.
As we can see on the network still, there's MVDP and Universe a little lacking behind. Abed still very much in it though, just behind Crystallizer's farm on the PL. He's closing in towards that BKB. About 700, 800 more gold, and it will be there for Abed.
Yeah, he really needs it versus Tiny AA, and PL mostly sure Quap does a lot of damage, but being able to reduce that, the mana burn allows him to continue fighting. Na'Vi now playing in a very aggressive stance, and still does have the Aghanims finished, 50 gold.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Radiant the tier 2, we'll see what sort of response comes out from Fnatic. They have got their own creeps pushed onto the tier 1 bottom. And it looks like with that, it says they will just go for sort of the trade play. No interest of trying to defend a tier 2 at this stage of the game against this pushing power and fighting power of Na'Vi. They'll let that one go. For another tier 2 claim for Na'Vi. 7k lead still being maintained. Fnatic still unable to shift that momentum back in their favor.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Doesn't get the Ancient he wants first. He's got the Thunder Hides.
Full staff, but for General as well now.
Either close the gap or save his teammates. You know, if there's a DK stun, you can force out, and then that'll allow the PL to actually maybe get the distance out.
Yeah, it just messes up sort of the whole combo.
Yeah,
the Fnatic are looking to follow up,
and it does look they're gonna stack Lincoln. So Crystallize is about to have his finished up, and then Dendi on the Queen of Pain also gonna be stacking Lincolns versus Batrider and Dragon Knight. Always a good.
Yeah, sort of sweeping towards Crystallize, but Crystallize pushes out the way with the illusions, immediately DP's out of that top lane as well.
Very deep vision from both. Watching the movements of both teams.
And that is the BKB complete for Abed. See if that sort of changes Fnatic's stance this game, and if they do start to maybe look a bit more inclined to take the fights head on, having that magic community on there. Pretty beefy DK. As we say, Abed by no means falling behind this game. He's up there at the top, just behind Crystallizer's PL.
He's not falling behind, but his other two cores definitely are. Envy continues to struggle. He really needs the BKB as well. Even though he's got the Euls in the hood, he's still only 1200 HP on this death.
Na'Vi will claim that final tier 2 tower. 21 minutes in. Na'Vi taking huge control of the map overall from Fnaticers. Fnatic do just continue to just avoid any sort of conflict, but Na'Vi would be more than happy to force as it's
8k gold advantage. They're continuing to grow this more and more. Their heroes just can farm much safer in comparison to Fnatic's Envy's and being bursted.
Haste.
I think Na'Vi, as much as I say they'll be happy to find a fight, they're also more than happy with Crystallize just continuing to hit those creeps.
It's a great pace of the game for Na'Vi's lineup. They have this PL in the late game. Definitely go absolutely great. Death Prophet, we've seen, especially if you are behind, you fall off quite hard.
And as mentioned in the draft, you're against an AA in this game.
Yes,
so
makes it much harder.
One of those heroes that's gonna make it hard for Envy to survive in the midst of these team fights.
Yep. Gem is picked up by Lil. They're gonna continue to keep that map control so they can keep those waves out and try to fight on their own terms.
Radiant's top tower is under
Important
attack.
pick up for DJ. Does now have the blink, so the sort of big snowball saves could certainly come into play.
Dire's
A lot of sort of big
bottom
team
tower is
fight
under attack.
ults in the sense of Sonic Wave, Ice Blast. We may see some very sweet dodges of those. And if there was ever a Tusk player to do so, DJ would certainly be up there at the top. One of his best heroes. And we'll see what sort of sweet players you can come out with this game. As so far, it's just been hard for sort of the supports from Fnatic to have that impact that they'd hoped for. 22 minutes in, and only sort of seeing a 2-2-2 on the KDA for this Tusk. That's not really the dream when you play this sort of roaming hero.
No, they ideally want to have more kills and more things happening and be playing on the enemy side of the map, but they're not able to because of the advantage that they're at. And they're getting out-farmed more and more versus the PL Tiny Quap core. Dragon really farmed, but Lil does get found, and he's got the gem. This is a huge pickup here.
Yep, DJ with the blink forward as well, has the follow-up control. Hand of God will come out, but Lil falls. Can Na'Vi fight back into this? The Ice Blast will come through. Na'Vi a man down. Looks like they have no interest in getting too over-aggressive, so as you say, Fnatic picking up that gem. And normally, they'd be like, hey, it's a support, but that's a pretty farm support, so a decent pick off here, even in terms of golden experience for Fnatic.
Yeah, Lil being a bit too far out by himself. Trying to get those deals. Not near him.
The exact kind of pickups that Fnatic need to sort of just take back control of their own half of the map, having that gem now on their hands. BKB for Envy's 2.1k gold towards it. Just over halfway, so a bit more time, and having BKBs on both of Fnatic's cores.
And the Death Prophet extremely needs it versus AA and Tiny. That's like the most important. Fun.
Okay, they're into it.
Cheese.
There is that warding around the pit though. Fnatic, they should be aware of this. Na'Vi are going to take it down very quickly. Last time we saw Fnatic come in time for the steal and the kill.
Universe is not near this
He's
battle. He's starting to TP in though.
Can they do it again? We saw them manage to steal one row. Jam attempts on the sideline. Pike getting bursted low. Will survive. Envy is going to get hit by the passover from the Ice Blast. Arben heads forward. Straight away with the Elder Dragon form. Looks to get the lockdown stun onto the Chen. Roll forward from DJ. They found Lil. The lasso there. They control Dendi. Dendi gets punched up. The buyback will be there from Lil, but Dendi's down for 60 seconds. Arben picking up that double kill. And now Fnatic. They can look to take control of this. They've got some time left on the exorcism. Envy wants to come in and try and finish this. There's no Dendi for 45 seconds. Can Na'Vi really still fight? The silence comes out. Envy keeping Na'Vi at bay. Fnatic, they take control of Roche. They get the kill. They get the Aegis onto Arbed. And now with the blink forward from DJ, the punch up onto General. They'll use him up into the air, surrounding him, dispelling that send back, and General will fall as well. Fnatic striking back in style around the pit.
Massive turn there, 6k gold lead. That play actually by Envy, I really do love it because it's sometimes, you know, you look at this and you're like, oh, Death Prophet's running in. She's definitely burstable. The BKB's not online. But the problem is that DJ does have that blink dagger. So there's always that threat. If they actually did fully commit onto Envy there, Fnatic could have actually turned it with the snowball. And of course, they were able to lock down Dendi completely there with both Abed and Universe.
I mean, this is
get the ult off.
Incredibly scary now for Na'Vi because 1,000 gold. This DP's going to have a BKB. Envy's got the cheese. Abed's still got the Aegis. This is all going to add up to quite a push from Fnatic that, despite Na'Vi's early lead, is certainly going to be a test of their strength when it comes through against them.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, looking at the graphs too, it's quite a plummet. The net worth starting to head its way down, and that experience has completely swung into favor as Fnatic as well.
Just what I've been waiting for.
Excellent fight from Fnatic around that pit. Leveling up the playing ground, just that a little bit more that they needed. And Arbed's DK just proving to be ever so strong. The fact that sort of through all the chaos where Na'Vi's cores were able to get ahead. The fact that Arbed kept on farming, keeping himself relevant in net worth. It's been absolutely massive for Fnatic in these team fights. Having this beast on the front lines that, I mean, Na'Vi, maybe you sort of want to ignore him and try and pick off heroes around him, but you just can't because of the damage that he's doing with this Elder Dragon form, which is getting very close to hitting that level 18. And look how much money he's got to spend, 4.5k He's queuing up the Halberd.
He keeps switching between AC and Halberd.
Okay.
I think now he's going to be more of that carry because at this point he's actually pretty unkillable. Once BKB's active, Na'Vi, unless they completely isolate him, it's going to be very hard to bring down that
Would you prefer to see him go for the AC then? I mean, as you say, he's switching between them. You think AC is the favorable item?
Oh yeah, because then it solves not only... I mean, he already has armor, which is fine, but it solves the armor issue that Envy has. So I think that's the biggest thing, because then he can protect Envy from that Phantom lane.
Bottom lane Fnatic. Finally looking to take away that final tier 1 tower that's been standing for Na'Vi. Pushing forward. That's the BKB out. Onto Envy's Death Prophet.
Bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's
Things, the pace slowed down, and Fnatic certainly seems to be the ones confident with this. They'll smoke up from bottom lane. Looking to sweep back over to their half of the map and maybe see if they can catch Na'Vi in surprise from behind. They don't have the Elder Dragon form. But as I mentioned, they've got the Aegis and the Cheese, they have those dual BKBs, and they do have Exorcism up and ready from Envy.
It's up in, the Dragon form's up in 3 anyway, so they do want to try to pick up right here.
And jump. They're looking for the chain still onto Dendy. They've got the punch. Linkers is there though. Universe is going to look to continue to try and follow, but immediately the Yules, they're holding Universe back for a bit of time. It's going to get time for Dendy to get out.
Nicely done by Dendy, pre-clicking that Yules.
Yes. But the vision that the creeps were giving him mid, he had that already casted upon him, and he's out of there. Dendy escapes LeBron. He won't be quite as lucky. No messing around from the Battle Riders. Universe holds down the snow cone. And Fnatic will be able to get something, but not quite the kill that they were after. Getting Dendy would have been massive, but as you say, those sweet little outplays coming into place.
Yeah. They're still putting the fear into Na'Vi because they have the Aegis Cheese, so they're like, come at us, come on.
And look at this build from Crystallize. Yes, the defensive item of the Lincoln Sphere. Now he's got a Nullify. Already complete, 28 minutes. Definitely one of the earlier timings that we've seen on sort of this item pickup in sort of the whole of this patch.
Can cause a lot of surprises too, like not even just stopping the BKBs, but stopping the defensive Yule Scepter from the Death Prophet. Now they can actually go for those burst plays on her.
Of course, the Q1 as well, stopping the cheese.
Yeah.
On the sidelines, General. The quick burst onto Pi. Nice and easy kill to start things off. Dendy looking for the setup here. Onto Envy, will throw the dagger out. Be a little too speedy though, and does still have the backup of DJ and Universe, so Na'Vi won't dive in any further. Gotta be careful here. Arbed leading away into the mid lane with the Shadow Blade, trying to get some important intel for the side. Will open up immediately onto Lil. He's trying for this kill here. Can he get in time? Lil falling low. There'll be the slows there onto Arbed, and Arbed can't quite finish off the Chen. Cold Feet comes in, will hold him down on the sidelines though. The ghost being made onto Dendy. Dendy self-fuels just gets the chance to blink out. Exorcism popped by Envy for this one. They really want to fight, and they'll find the lasso. Universe gets in, he's got the control. Will it be enough with the punch? Dendy falling low and he's gone. Fnatic get the pick off. Get Dendy. They're sweeping around for more. Crystallize hiding in the trees. DJ is going to start searching them with a sigil and the shards. Crystallize. And he play his way out of this. General's there to back him up. Quick doppelganger. Zopal forward though. Crystallize forced back. Continue to run. He's been silenced. Shard blocking him for the time being. He is going to have the doppelganger back in a second, but he's punched up. Surrounded the 4-man avalanche, buying some time, but it's not enough. Fnatic getting both Crystallize and Dendy off the back of that sweep of Na'Vi's jungle.
Na'Vi's starting to fall apart here. First time now Fnatic claims the gold lead after all these movements. Just completely on the back foot because of that Aegis Cheese. The Aegis has now expired, though. They're on quite a swing upwards. Dragon Knight, now with that level 3 Dragon form is one. Oh, Lil, our General, finding that up again on Pi.
I mean, poor old Pi.
Yeah,
it's happened a couple of times to Witch Dogs. Anytime General sees him on the map, it's going to be free food for the taking.
And now this Dragon Knight is he's definitely unkillable. 49 armor. Getting that double Dragon.
An absolute huge threat. I mean, we saw how aggressive he could play. No, Arbed just shadow blading in and trying to open up onto Lil. He just doesn't give a single care about what Na'Vi are going to throw back his way. He feels, as you said, pretty invincible at this stage of the game against Na'Vi's heroes.
Fnatic feeling so much more confident after they got that pick off on Lil. They get the gem in all those different situations.
And obviously off the back of that fight as well, you are going to be, as Fnatic, fully aware that this PL has gone for this nullifier, and the problem is sort of picking it up at this earlier stage in his build. You can't really do anything aggressively with the nullifier. It's not going to help you when Fnatic is jumping straight on top of you.
No, I think it was meant to be kind of like a surprise where they could get like a big play out of it, but that wasn't the case. Now he's going to have to get that Manta. Fight's just getting pretty hard now for Na'Vi. with all these items being accrued on Fnatic.
And Abed, he wants to go for his own nullifier. And he's close to it. He's got the money for the relic.
Envy's completely caught up too. Remember, you're saying like he was bottom 5 net worth, or bottom 6 net worth, top 3 now. Has the Shivas getting closer and closer.
Look at this though. Harvey, seeing if they can get the jump in. Sentries are down for both sides. Slide these forward, get the D-Ward. The Universe jumps forward. Ice Blast will be following through. They get the nullifier down onto the DK. Ice Blast pass overs there as well. They bring the DK down low, but Arbet get the chance to put the BKB. Sonic Wave comes out. The right click from Denny is desperately trying to finish off Arbet, but it seems like the armor is too much. Arbet will survive. Silence comes down to Denny holding him back for the time being. Na'Vi just looking to disengage out of this one. Envy attempting with the chase down, but not enough lockdown to stop Denny blinking away. So both teams not suffering any casualties as they'll get out. I mean, if anything, Na'Vi did manage to force Envy to pop that exorcism.
That was incredibly close to him actually popping from the Ice Blast there.
For a jump attempt for General. He's got the toss. BKB is going to be popped by Universe. In fact, Universe, he's looking at the lasso with the silence. General's in a bit of trouble. Crystallize is going to come in and try and help out with the fight. Jumping forward, the Ice Pass. It's just going to be a bit late for the Bastion, but he gets the big one. Catches Arbed. Snowball save there for the time being from DJ. Comes out buying him some time, but Arbed, he ticks down too low. They lose the Dragon Knight. Dragon Knight gone for 75 seconds. DJ will be able to TP out. The rest of Fnatic escape, but Dendi, he's looking to chase for more. Jumps forward, has the Yule Scepter on Envy, buying time for the rest of the team to close the gap. Envy pops the BKB, goes straight for the TP out, will make it. Nothing to hold him back through the Magic community. He'll get out of there, but there's a minute now without Arbed. Na'Vi ready to push in. No exorcism on Envy. This could be quite an opening for Na'Vi.
Yeah, they've got the 2 Ancient Creeps coming in too. This can be quite a big push.
Let's see what they can do to stop it. General jumps in, finds the Avalanche. They've got the control of the Nullifier. Ice Blast onto him. DJ will come in with the Snowball save, buying some time, allowing Envy to be safe for now. Envy keeping a distance. 35 seconds, but they've got to hold this without Arbed's Dragon Knight. The fortification comes out from Fnatic. Na'Vi, no signs of leaving the base as of yet. They know that they can stand their ground and look to do as much damage to the structures as they can. The tier 3s are gone. Na'Vi will take the melee racks as well, as there is no way for Fnatic to stop this mid lane push. The question is if they can get any kills off the back of the retreat that Na'Vi are going to go for, but with the DK still down, there's no chance of a catch. Na'Vi, off the back of that DK pickoff, getting a massive swing back in their favor.
The Nullifier paying off in big time there.
Nullifier Ice Blast combo.
Yeah.
Just, it's deadly. Definitely the sort of game that we hope for between these two sides. Back and forth. Fnatic maybe a racks down. We've seen from themselves, they've got a DK and a DP. If they can take someone out of Na'Vi's lineup for a full minute, you can bet that they'll be knocking on the doorstep of Na'Vi as well.
Absolutely. The most important thing for Na'Vi in these fights that are going to be upcoming especially is being able to kite out the ultis. If the Dragon form is actually able to wear off, if Exorcism wears off, and they can keep that fight and keep themselves alive, then they can start turning around and chasing, because that's where Fnatic's lineup really does lack the damage.
And that's the Nullifier for Arbed.
Yeah.
So in turn, we can see Fnatic try for big plays themselves. I'll look for a bit of a beat down onto the Dragon. Get themselves a tasty 111 goal for TJ. General, Na'Vi has the BKB complete for himself. This definitely sort of the timing where Na'Vi got to be careful now. Fnatic with all ults available, ready to push. Roshan is back up. So we'll see once again which team can get a look in onto that. As we've seen the last few times, it's been a massive point of the game for Fnatic the last 2 times. Being able to take the Roche of the Aegis, mid lane General was looking for the combo. Na'Vi have actually headed into the pit. Fnatic, they've been able to steal this twice before. The second time being a major swing where they got the game back in their favor for the moment. Can they do it again? Arbed, leading the way with the Shadow Blade. On the side though, Envy's been caught out by the combo General. Envy pops the BKB, exorcisms out as well. Looks for the control onto Denny, there's the lasso. But Denny did get off the BKB in time. Is it going to be enough to keep him alive? It will. Denny gets sent home. Denny will survive for now. Snowball onto Lil as they go to the high ground. DJ's got the control onto the Chen. As Lil falling low, Dendi will TP back towards the shrine. There'll be a buyback from Pylar dies. Fnatic know they need to throw everything into this fight. Nullifier out onto Envy. The illusion's being sent in, forcing Fnatic back. They're getting low on mana because of the diffusal burn. The car's thrown out as well, holding these illusions out. There's the ice blast, so DJ comes through. The BKB on Arbed. Arbed, can he survive through this? Silence onto Dendi. Dendi fully low, but Envy, he's fully lower. The ice blast, ticking him down. Dendi, can he finish off the kill? The Roshan will fall. Arbed gets the Aegis. Fnatic, they do manage to get that Aegis into the hands of Arbed. They've killed Crystallized. Dendi still alive for now. But once again, Fnatic, there's something about them around this Roshan area. Each and every time they're able to get that crucial pickup.
Dendy really focusing on going for the Death Prophet there with the Sonic Wave. I think maybe if he had actually turned and helped Crystal, it seemed like a little bit of miscommunication coming around the pit there.
But this, yeah, these Roche, I look at Arbet as well, with it being the third Roche. He's got the Aegis, he's also got the Refresher Shard picked up for the side. Dip off the cheese himself in that last engagement to help keep him alive. Back to pretty much even in net worth difference between these two teams. Arbet looking for the lead in, they'll look towards Dendy, get stunned up. Have they got the follow-up? They'll pop the Linkers, Nullifier not there in time. Hard to get off with that travel time of the projectile. So Dendy will survive for now. Maybe thinking about biting back, but it's hard. With this Refresher Shard and Aegis on this DK, he is so damn scary, Arbet.
Yeah, Arbet actually had moved the Refresher Shard into his inventory there. It looked like he wanted to try to go for maybe some double Dragon Tail to take out Dendy. But he was short in mana. Yeah, these Roche pits are really the big blunder here for Na'Vi. They've been leading pretty much the whole game except for that.
Tempted by Pi, but he's walked straight into this with LeBron, and LeBron, taken for a bit of a nasty walk there with Dendy. As Dendy sort of baits him in, says we're going for this one, and then Universe comes in quickly to say, no, you're not. We'll get LeBron. Dendy, level-wise, level 22 about to be reached. He is going to go for that Orchid next.
And you saw in that last fight, the 650 AoE Shadow Strike coming in. But not having that spell lifesteal. Bit of a different build, wanting to just be able to dish out more damage rather than having more survivability.
Yeah, and in terms of the AoE tick down, especially if you hit good Ice Blast. Good Ice Blast and a Shadow Strike, that is a nightmare to fight into if the BKBs aren't available. Arbet put the lead in, looking for the main PL. He's got eyes, will be able to pop it, but straight away, it's going to be the Dispel from the Doppelganger, removing the Nullifier. Very hard for Arbet on his own to lock down that PL.
Yeah.
Does need a backup of at least one each time. If you can get the Nullifier and an AoE silence from Empty, then they've got a shot at it.
Yeah, he's got the Orchid queued up, so eventually he will be able to actually go for those type of plays by himself.
And here's the push with the Elder Dragon form, straight onto the tier 2 mid. Na'Vi, they have the full 5-man up. They can't hold any tier 2 towers at this stage. Arbet gets away with the push.
Dire's top tower.
General applying a bit of split push pressure up top. Did manage to get the creep wave shoved right around to the tier 3 of Fnatic. We'll now back up. In fact, TPing down to this bottom shrine. Maybe see if you can catch someone out on the way back at this.
Didn't they see that TP? They had a ward there.
Top tower is under attack.
They should have, but Elizabeth DJ is just going to walk back into the sort of the safety of his teammates.
They're just pushing. They're forcing lanes out as best as possible. Yeah. I just want to give Pi some love. Pi's gotten an item. He has gotten the Aeon Disc. So he won't actually get bursted every single time by the Tiny anymore.
I was going to say, this Tiny is sort of being very traumatizing for the Witch Doctor.
I think that's actually like the perfect build here, because then he's actually going to be able to stay alive inside of these fights to get at least 1 or 2 casts off, which is super important.
Exactly. That way, sure, the damage is nice from the Maledict and such, but in terms of burst during the Aeon Disc, you're not really worried about that. As you say, you want to get the stun out, and you want to be healing your teammates, and when the Aeon Disc is up, sure, it stops your damage output, doesn't stop your healing output.
The Manta is now finished up for Crystallize, so some more damage potential, but what an even game we've got on. 1k gold advantage for Fnatic after all of this going on, after stealing 3 Eroshans from Na'Vi, and a 10k experience advantage for them as well.
Without a doubt, one of the best games we've had so far here. GSC Jakarta. Deep. Look towards Pi. Maledict's out. Quick blink away. Universe trying for the chase down. Dendy just a little bit too far away. Will keep his distance safely. Will get himself out of there. DD Rune spawns top. Fnatic could look to make use of this.
Double damage.
DD Dragon Knight.
Na'Vi really struggling to keep wards up, so it's actually really hard for them to read the map movements because of losing that gem so early. The Bat Riders have been constantly running around, taking out the wards, and they've actually been able to place some very deep vision to be able to watch Na'Vi's movements.
Can they get the catch? Arbet, there we go. He's found the stun. Does need his teammates to come in time. There it is. Universe in with the lasso. They hold down Crystallize, and they take away the PL from Na'Vi.
And he just bought his Manta. He's got no buyback. They've got Exorcism going right now. They can look for going for this mid push.
And not only have they got Exorcism, Envy's also been passed over the Refresher Shard from Arbet. He's got a second one after if he wants to go for this push. Envy.
There's no glyph on Na'Vi either. They might actually just lose 2 sets of racks here.
They may lose even more. This push coming in from Fnatic.
Is that just the game, actually? I mean, General's going to get like 2 or 3 sets of racks here?
He's trying to alleviate it with the split push pressure. Oh, Envy's actually going to respond to this. He BKB's backs off. So that split push there coming out for General and Lil will keep the game going for now. Wow. Universe trying with the chase down onto Lil. They've got the surrounding with DJ, but at the same time mid lane, it looks like Na'Vi are trying to catch him at Fnatic on the way out. On the high ground coming in for the shrine. General looking for the cutoff. They know that Arbet's there towards the mid. They'll jump forward. They're looking for the combo. Will they be able to burst in? They will. They'll take down Arbet, and at the same time they're going to get Pi as well by the looks of it. Will the TP be successful? It won't. Then the fuels. They lock down the Witch Doctor.
Oh my god, this game. The split push pressure.
It did. That play from Lil in general dissuading Fnatic from going for more, which, as we said, with double exorcism, they certainly could have had the chance to, but Fnatic, they were very scared about losing a second lane of frags.
That was
they respond
perfect.
to it. Na'Vi gets some kills. Overall, they're Fnatic, of course. They have managed to level the playing ground in that middle lane. They've got themselves a set of racks. They do still maintain that very slight lead, as we say, 42 minutes in 2K. It's not a lot.
Yeah,
It's a close one.
To be honest, they may not have known that the Phantom Legends didn't have buyback, so if they wanted to fully commit, it could have been
Universe.
painful.
It's going to come in with a lasso. Dendy's actually jumped forward here. I don't know if there's much that he can do on his own. In fact, Dendy has to be a bit careful. DJ's there as well. As it is, Fnatic will get the free pick off onto the AA. Of course, for Crystallize as well, the levels now being ever so important. Getting that extra damage from that level 25, if he can get there, will be huge.
Look how rich DJ is.
I mean, I've seen how leveled he is with that 40% XP gain. This man's going to be closing on to level 25 pretty soon himself on the Tusk.
And almost a Hex finish, too. That's going to give them real good lockdown build to go for that Queen of Pain and the Phantom Lancer.
Bottom lane. Jane Universe doesn't have the lasso for 17 seconds, though. Not really an opportunity to get in onto Dendy. Dendy will be fine for now. DJ, the lockdown ever so important. Queuing up the Hex next.
Yeah.
He's pretty close to it.
Abed switched the build as well. Abed's going to be going for Satanic. Just not enough HP, it seems. The raw HP is seeming to be a little bit of a problem. Only 2,000, even though he's very tanky with the armor. Still able to get bursted down by all that high nuke damage that Navi does have in general. Has a full AC finished up too from all that split pushes that he's been the last several moments.
Split push certainly a play that Fnatic have to be wary of. We said their lineup, very good at sort of going for this 5-man push, but in terms of being split up and trying to hold multiple lanes, that certainly is where Na'Vi can look to try and take an advantage.
Yeah. Dendy's purchased that BO3 Travels early on, so they're just looking, both teams are just looking to keep the side lanes pushed in so they can get an opportunity.
Here's the smoke off from Na'Vi, starting to sweep across Fnatic's half of the map. Lil leading the way. Fnatic come too close for their own comfort. They are Brown as a 4-man towards mid. Envy keeping himself safely in the base.
Just what I've been waiting.
He himself also working on a Hex for the team. A couple of Hexes soon to be coming out for the side of Fnatic. Bottom lane. Come forward here, Pi. Oh, come forward. The Leontis will be popped. Universe trying to see if he can find some play in return. Immediately, Blink BKB dodges the Nullify there. Universe, he gets the grab onto the PL. Sorry, onto Lil. They're dragging him in. Lil will get off the hand of God. Not enough to save him. Lil will fall. Envy as well with the BKB Exorcism chase down onto LeBron. Looks towards the AA. They'll get it. Fnatic get the 2 support kills. The rest of Na'Vi getting immediately out of there. Universe, as we're seeing, I mean, one of the downsides of Nullify, that projectile, if you've got a blink and search, there's definitely ample opportunity to respond. Player like Universe, he's going to be ready with the quick fingers each and every time if you send it onto it.
Yeah, and that's big there for Fnatic too, because that was 2 wards that Na'Vi did place during that rotation, both get instantly counter ward.
Okay, lead now for Fnatic. Endy closing in on the money for the Orchid. Stage of the game, you've got to be very careful how you hold the money for buyback. Envy's got a refreshing shot.
Going in.
He will. He'll pop it. He knows that there's 2 down. They don't have creeps at the moment.
Yeah, they need to get that mid wave in.
So maybe a little premature on that Exorcism in that sense, as at the moment it's doing pretty much nothing to this tower. With Arbet, they can start to try and fight for this backdoor protection. General comes forward, but Envy pops the BKB. Siphon down onto General, will force him to pop his own BKB. They've got the grab onto Dandy, dragging him in, but a quick link out will keep him safe. Crystallized pops the Nullify down onto Arbet. The Sonic Wave comes through. Ice Blast comes in. Will be able to catch on to multiple heroes of Fnatic, and now Fnatic, they've got to split. They've got to run. Once this Ice Blast is upon them. General, see if he can find someone with the catch. Just get the Avalanche out to Pi. Spirit Lance out sent as well, but Pi jukes it off with the Glimmer Cape. Pi still alive for now. Pops out the cast. Arbet jumping back in. They've got the first stun. Have they got the control onto this guy? Onto the PL they have. PL is down. Jump forward from Universe. They've got the Yule set up. They're looking for more. Turn towards LeBron. They have the slow from the Elder Dragon. But they'll claim LeBron as well. Double kill for DJ. As they bait Na'Vi out of the base. Turn back. And they get that big old kill. Getting crystallized. So at the start, it looks like a bit of a questionable refresher exorcism from Envy, but it's all about the next level plays, the 40 chess strategics, dragging Na'Vi into a sense of safety, getting them out of their base, and getting the kill on PL.
Yeah, they kept forcing them back. The Force Staff's coming in crucial there, so that Na'Vi has to keep pushing out, and then as soon as the Elder Dragon form comes off cooldown, they're able to make initiation.
Pi, looking to try and catch General out. General with the Shadow Blade will be fine. Arbed. No detection, of course, on himself on the front line, so will not be able to hold down General.
Roshan's respawning in 30 seconds.
I mean, are we going to see again? Well, pretty much every Roche being taken control of by Fnatic, despite Na'Vi being the ones starting the attempt each and every time.
Yeah.
And there's a Hex out for Envy now.
Double Hex is coming out. And level 25 as well on DJ.
I mean, this is going to be so scary for Na'Vi to fight into. The amount of lockdown and control that Fnatic have at this stage of the game against these heroes that they do rely on their elusivity to work in Dota 2. The Queen of Pain and the PL. If you can control them, there's not a lot of hope for them in these team fights.
Yep. Fnatic just keeping this map control going. They even keep the courier there. They now know that the Roshan has respawn. If they can fix this bottom lane issue, they can look to take a fight with Exorcism. They've got some deep aggressive wards on the high ground, so being able to get those instant lassos as well, the Hex follow-ups, can definitely find them a way to fight into a 45. And Na'Vi smoke. They have to try to contest this Roshan when it does get started by Fnatic.
There are three of them out at the moment on Fnatic. The Avalanche is going to miss. They go for the toss, put the BKB, but Universe is there with the lasso, holding General down in place. The Fear from the Scream, pushing back up for now, pops his own BKB in the Shadow Blade, looking to get out. Turns towards Crystallize, has managed to pop the Lincolns. Has he got the lockdown? Gets the Dragon Tail with the quick force, trying to separate Crystallize from the rest of the team of Fnatic. They'll continue to chase. Then he jumps in again. The Scream with that Fear, sending Fnatic back. The kill on 5, but Envy with the Exorcism. He'll peel off 2 supports. Avalanche comes out for General onto 3. Fnatic have lost 2. They're being forced back here as Crystallize chases down, able to cut down the 3rd. Dundee with the double kill. Na'Vi will hold the fight here. Universe.
Misclick there by Dendi, trying to get the Yules off onto the Batrider, but actually clicks his Yules, or actually clicks his Boots of Travel. Slight mistake there. They do get the big kill though on the Dragon Knight, and now they're going to make their way into the pit.
I don't know if Fnatic can get her in time. They're buying back. They want to contest this Roche. They've done it 3 times before. Can they do it a 4th time?
Can they actually get the Aegis and Cheese for themselves this time?
Can they really do it again? Na'Vi, they're fairly low. Crystallize is going to get jumped upon. Instant doppelganger. The Lincoln's up upon him. They're being forced out of the pit by these buybacks from Fnatic that have been crucial to make sure that Na'Vi do not get the advantage in terms of Aegis, Cheese, and Refresher Shard. Fnatic know how important it is to prioritize Roshan, as we've seen very evidently from their gameplay. And they are not looking to stop doing so anytime soon. Na'Vi, they want to get back in though. They're grouping up as 5. They're heading towards the pit. There's still 15 seconds without Arbed's DK.
DJ's just keeping the Roshan place by spamming shards since it's got infinite duration.
Oh, they got the lead in. They got the nullifier out to Envy. Is there going to be any sort of save with the Fear's one?
They actually get him.
Buyback immediately from Envy. They are not giving up this Roshan anytime soon, Fnatic. He'll TP across. Na'Vi back into the pit. On the sidelines, Universe is there with a Firefly. Denny trying to keep them at a bay. Coming in between them and such. But now they've got to back up with the full 5-man of Fnatic back towards the pit. It's scary for Na'Vi.
There's still no Exorcism for 30, but the Dragon form is available.
Now, that tense moment. Who's going to head into the pit? Roshan at around half health at this moment in time. An Aegis Cheese Refresher Shard push from either side could be game.
Absolutely. Illusion. Keeping vision inside the pit with the shards as well as the sigil.
Both teams content with farming around. No one is going to go anywhere as of yet. I mean, Envy, say that he has headed down towards the bottom lane. So no Death Prophet close by for a little bit, but he's speedy. He does start to make his way back towards this area of the map now.
So we've got a bunch of level 25s coming in now. 5 heroes have hit that mark. 3 tosses on General. PL as well has gotten that critical strike rather than the doppelganger cooldown this time around. Just wanted to get more damage since they still lack that a bit.
As we notice as well, Dendi, full Miona instead of the Orchid builder.
And now Abed has gotten a very crucial talent, the 40 strength talent on Dragon Knight.
Universe trying for the jumping, goes for the self-fuels there. Make sure that Dendi can't go upon him. Fnatic are smoked up. Looking to see if they can find any sort of jump. Lil and General away from the pit at the moment. General gonna head down towards that bottom, start to shove in that side lane. We'll see what Fnatic can do to punish this. They're moving forward with the smoke. They jump forward. DJ with the snowball. Have they got the control? The punch up, the Hex to follow through. They're looking for Dendi. The nullifier's out. They surround him. Himself fuels up just in time. He's been thrown up into the air. They've got the lasso. They're holding Dendi down. Fnatic, they'll get the quap kill. Dendi does have buyback. Bottom lane, General does still push in that side lane. We'll see if Fnatic go into the pit. We'll see if Dendi does feel forced to buy back into this one.
Look at the split pushing by General. Goes top right away afterwards too as soon as they react to bottom, and there's double catapult waves coming in. So it's going to keep that momentum going into the side of Fnatic's base.
I mean, Fnatic, they're into the pit. We saw when Na'Vi was doing this. Fnatic coming out with multiple buybacks. Will Na'Vi do the same? They will. Bring the pain buys back. Envy popping the BKB, looking to finally finish this off with. That Exorcism, Crystallized jumps forward. Being brought down low. BKB comes out from Arbet. Dendi his own BKB turns towards Pi. Pi with a Glimmer Cape buying some time for himself. General looks towards Universe with the self. Yules will buy some time, but it's not enough. General gets the pickup, and Na'Vi.
They're going to get the Roche.
They'll get the Roche. They'll get the Aegis. They'll get all the pickups. It does cost them General's life, who gets picked off in the middle. But Fnatic, despite every attempt to, for the 4th time, look to control the Roshan. They won't be successful this time round. Na'Vi get that major objective.
It's really scary for Fnatic to really full commit for that because they've used buybacks initially earlier. So if they did die inside the pit there, the game just absolutely ends. So being on a little bit more of a defensive stance there to make sure they don't just lose the game abruptly.
And in terms of buyback statuses, that's going to be the important one to watch out for now.
Yep.
So as you can see, Envy's buyback, 4 minutes and 40 seconds short. Dendi's is as well, but he has both the Refresher Shard and the Cheese upon him. If Na'Vi can look to try and push this issue and try and punish Envy's DP within these 4 minutes, could be incredibly destructive for Fnatic's base.
Yeah, they have to, I think, ideally waiting for General, though. He's been such a crucial element in this game, just constantly keeping the split push on the side lanes, keeping that threat from Fnatic to always have to go back and deal with them.
What a game.
It's actually just been the game of Roshan.
And I think the crowd and everyone at home will certainly agree it was worth the wait. It's game one. Game one as well. It's a best of 3. We are going to have quite some action continuing between these two sides who, as we can see at the moment, seem very evenly matched in terms of skill. Both teams making some great plays. Sometimes you see games that are close where there's sort of mistakes from either side, but this time around, it's just both teams stepping it up each and every team fight.
It's been a lot of like very crucial little moves too, especially like the nullifier dodges with either BKB or blink daggers to get away from them during that projectile speed. A lot of big items coming out from Na'Vi during all that. Even though Fnatic still has a 1k gold lead, Crystallized now has a full heart.
Regeneration.
And Dendi had finished the Mjolnir up quite a while ago, has the Hex queued up too.
Dire's bottom shrine is under attack.
Bottom lane. Here's the push that we expected from Na'Vi. With those 3 pickups from Roche. General back in the game. Aegis on Crystallized, of course, and once he's popped, he's got that heart ready to slot in.
It's pretty remarkable how farmed DJ is in this game too. Now having a full Shiva's guard, he's actually pretty much tied up with a Tiny in net worth. 200 last hits on a Tusk. Not too often you see that.
54 minutes into this epic game.
Man, I kept checking it over and over because I'm like, oh, we're getting lots of level 25s. And I'm always really excited for the new AA level 25, but he's only level 8. I don't know if we're going to get to see that one, unfortunately.
Dire's top shrine is under attack.
Ever so careful about how they look to make a play.
Yeah.
And understandably, Fnatic just a little bit more so. In terms of the Aegis timing for Crystallized, I believe just a couple minutes left where he's going to have it on the PL. So Fnatic almost certainly waiting for that to cool off.
Big pickup coming out here for Na'Vi now. LeBron has finally gotten his chosen item, the Aghanims on the AA. Keeping that frostbitten duration for 17 seconds on the heroes of Fnatic can be absolutely crucial, as we've seen.
Again, General with these, as you say, sort of just these selfless split pushes, constantly keeping pretty much both side lanes shoved into Fnatic's half of the map.
He's so farmed too. After like 6 slotted, another 7,000 gold. And we have hit. Longest game.
No surprises there.
Definitely the closest.
Na'Vi, you have to be careful.
I'll take that.
But just reaching just that 1 minute left on it. You can be absolutely certain that Fnatic are keeping track of that time.
Illusion.
Constantly pushing in those side lanes though. This
Oh,
Black
Pi?
Dragon. Oh, Pi?
I mean, this is the classic Pi push. He'll go out. He knows he's going to die. He'll accept his fate here. As Na'Vi will catch out the Lone Witch Doctor and break the bit of a dry spell we've had in terms of kills for the last few minutes.
Did he at least kill the dragon? I think he actually got the Black Dragon killed though. that split push is going to be slowed down. But yeah, he's dead for 80 seconds. That's actually quite a lot of time because of how high level he is.
This is, I think at the same time, he probably knows that Crystallizes Aegis is going to go, so questionable of really how much Na'Vi do look to force the issue. Dendi and Lil are poised on that bottom lane. They're bringing in the push with those ancient prowlers. General, going to lead into the base with the Shadow Blade. Can you find any sort of catch to kick things off? That's the question. Illusion sent out to the range racks. General will reveal himself. Others coming out from Envy. DJ throwing for the shards. They're going to look for the jump. DJ blinking forward. Can't find the catch.
As soon as they force all the Fnatic back, they force the Elder Dragon form as well. General's like, okay, I go top, I push.
And that Aegis is gone. Fnatic maybe seeing if they could catch a straggler off the back of that push attempt from Na'Vi, but it isn't to be the case. Na'Vi well and truly out of there. Just a 3k lead for Na'Vi. It's been up and down between 3k advantage as such between both sides. You can see at the stage.
Crystallize is getting close to critical mass too. Moonshard has been queued up. Still has one more slot if he can get rid of his treads. Well.
What have we here?
Moonshard picked up by General as well.
Haste.
The big 3 cores on the side of Na'Vi. Leading the way in that net.
If anything, being the pace of this game, maybe another case of waiting those 2 minutes or so, seeing what time you're going to get out of the Roshan respawn.
Like we said, it is the game of Roshan.
It
Just
really
keep those lanes, side lanes pushed out constantly so that try to get that for Na'Vi.
Especially as well as you've been mentioning, with the multiple active items. The nullifiers, the hexes, refresher sharp with any of those on any of those cores.
Radiant are scanning.
Pretty terrifying. Scan. And Na'Vi confirms the whereabouts of Fnatic. Universe looking for the opening, but quickly General turns with the avalanche because the Ice Blast coming through as well. The Hex down onto Universe. Universe gets out of range of the Ice Blast, though. They go get upon him. He'll survive. DJ coming into the backlines, goes on to LeBron. Envy leading forward with the BKB. Universe comes in on minimal help, but with the BKB tries to last him, but the 10 home is there. General will be saved by Lil. And at the same time, they'll get the catch onto DJ Na'Vi. So they keep their Tiny alive. They are able to take at least one away from Fnatic. And that is the Exorcism.
That's the Exorcism. That's the big thing. Yeah, they can actually look to go for a push here from that.
And they are with the General.
Go for punish a push or go for wait for that Roche.
He's
but
already
it's not
in the
up
base.
just yet.
And he's knocking on the doors. But look, Refresher Orb could catch them by surprise. They'll go in straight away onto Pi. There's the nullify the jump force from Arbed. They've got the stone control, bringing General down and out. He's gone for 100 seconds. They try and lean forward here. Dendi jumps in with the Sonic Wave. They burst it down the bat. Envy on the backlash with the BKB. This Refresher Orb Exorcism doing a lot. Is it enough though? Because they've lost Arbed. The fear sending back Envy. He's going to tick down low with the Ice Blast on him. Buy some time with the Yules up, but they've killed Crystallize. Snowball forward. DJ looking for the full control. Has the punch up onto Dendi. Dendi turns. Linkers. Cheese keeps him alive. General brought back in.
Oh my God.
Massive avalanche coming forward, shutting them down. DJ gone for 2 minutes. Envy turns. Yules. Silence. Lasso. They've held down Dendi. They've got the control. Dendi is gone. Fnatic do certainly hold.
This game is insane.
It cost them buybacks, and if anything, definitely that refresher or purchase from Envy, catching Na'Vi by surprise. They did not expect the second Exorcism. And now, 100 seconds no Dendi. 55 seconds no Crystallize. They do both have buybacks available.
It was a very expensive defense though from Fnatic because there's 4 buybacks coming out.
What can they do in this time? Envy. Double Exorcism used. Doesn't have it for a good bit of time. There's the buyback from Dendi.
Long live.
Roshan is up.
Yep.
For the 5th time. And Arbed, he's looking into it.
And there's DD right outside the pit. How lovely.
They'll start to go to work on this. Fnatic.
Ice Blast coming in. We'll scout them out.
No follow-up at the moment for Na'Vi, but
it's all 3, and with Roshan late game, the clap actually starts to do quite a significant amount of damage there.
Na'Vi, they're heading over now, at least where the supports are. LeBron, Lil leading the charge. Dendi coming across, and they don't have to expend the buyback on Crystallize. Absolutely crucial in a game where a lot of heroes having their buybacks on cooldown at this stage of the game.
And still no Exorcism for 25 seconds.
Roshan still there for the taking. Fnatic have to be so careful around this area of the map now. Elder Dragonform's back up. We've seen Universe come out with some clutch players in the midst of all the chaos. Got to continue to do so. They can get these big lassos onto the PL, onto the co-op. Fnatic can definitely hold Na'Vi off from going for Roshan.
Yeah, in particular Dendi, since he just had expended that buyback. PL still does have it available. Actually, he needs to farm the gold for it first, because I think Crystallize actually burst his bots.
He did.
And looking at the new buyback cost, this is late game. This is the first game we've actually hit super late game on this patch for us. So look at Crystallize's buyback cost. It's actually 2,500 on the PL now.
Oh my goodness. It's a lot of money. And Roshan will certainly help pumping towards it.
Yeah.
Na'Vi heading actually up towards this top lane. Fnatic are close by. Envy, as you say, Exorcism's there. Not only Exorcism, but also the Refresher Roll.
Yep.
Cooldown has come to an end. He is going to have double Exorcism, double, as we said, double BKB, double Cypher Vice.
Really nice, too, that it refreshes the Spirit Siphon charges, too. So he's going to be able to have those available to keep himself alive in the fights, too.
Na'Vi.
Both teams just very patient. In particular, Fnatic, just because having those... They use all those buybacks, so if they get picked off, it can be very detrimental.
So as you say, in terms of the buyback status, it's 5 minutes, Dendi without buyback. About 5 minutes as well, LeBron doesn't have it, but on the side of Fnatic, Arbed, DJ, Pylite, Universe, all four of them without buyback for 4 minutes. And MV, quite far forward here on the middle lane.
Including the death cost, it's actually 3,400 gold needed for the buyback on Phantom Lesser. 3,400 gold for a buyback.
Got it.
Well, you know, because did you lose 600?
Sure. Silver Edge for General.
That's pretty ridiculous.
Giving them that extra bit of chance to take down the DK. Removing at least some of that armor from the passive. If you can get that touch in.
Mm-hmm. He just had no other slots, right? He's just like, man, I might as well. But yeah, definitely could be pretty useful versus...
Does help out, especially with that, as you said, a level 20 talent. That passive gives him a lot. Of course, it's not as if he's going to melt as such without that passive, because of how stacked Arbed is in terms of items at this stage. I mean, as most cores, pretty much all the cores are, at this 64-minute mark. Na'Vi moving away from Roshan, and MV is in the pit. Exorcism popped, but it's so scary. This is... I mean, they're going to go back, they're going to smoke.
Looking for the fight instead.
They're looking for the fight outside of the pit. Envy on the high ground, jump forward there. Universe has managed to get the lasso. Eon just is there to buy some time. They'll go straight away with the Hex. They brought down Dendi. Dendi gone for 120 seconds, and Envy looking to move forward for more. Pops his BKB on the side. Crystallize trying to fight with Arbed. But his Hex comes out. They've locked down the PL. They punch him off. Crystallize is down as well. Pi finishing off Lil on the side of it all means that Fnatic, they take 3. Crystallize does have buyback available. But with Lil and Dendi unable to get back into the fight, Fnatic, they can move into Roshan, and they should have a pretty good shot at taking this. Of course, General, where is he? He's going to try and push them back. He's on the bottom lane, and he's shoving it in.
DJ knows, though, he's on the prowl. They actually force Crystallize to buyback. The Ice Blast is going to scout out the Rosh.
Can he get to the Rosh in time? I don't think so with the way that they're taking it down with the Elder Dragonform. Fnatic, they should have this. And they will. Fnatic once again getting control of it. General does come in with the combo. There's the second dot. There's the up and down, up and down. It's not enough to kill DJ though. Now DJ turning with the snowball. They've got the lasso again. Universe having this control. Arbed boxing it as well. Has the nullifier. General pops the BKB. He's got the Shadow Blade trying to run it out. They are going to chase him, and General trying to punch back onto Universe with the self-fuels, keeping Universe alive. Silence. Hex comes through from Envy. They take down General. And General now down for 2 minutes as well. Buyback still on cooldown from this Tiny. Fnatic with all elements of the Roshan ready to go. 30 seconds and Dendi's back, but they're going to have to hold without their Tiny.
He was trying his best to just not let them hit the base, because with that Refresher shard, they had the Exorcism available. But now Wave is pushing in. So is the top lane as well for Fnatic.
Can Na'Vi really hold against this? This is going to be the biggest test that they've had this game. Fnatic, all the tools at the ready. Envy, which is money pouring out of every orifice, is nearly 8k gold. that he doesn't even need to buy anything at this stage. He's got pretty much everything that he needs. He could look, of course, to the bots.
Octarine. He doesn't need boots. He doesn't need boots.
Sure. I guess, yeah. With the rest of his team sort of setting up the area for the fight.
Trying to buy it.
And yeah, the 25, of course, as you mentioned, the exorcism granting haste.
Yep.
And we have it. 60 seconds, no general. Can Fnatic at least take a second set of racks in this time? They're being careful about it. They want to have all 3 lanes shoved in before they try for this. They know that they're in a comfortable position now.
They've got 2 of the 2 exorcisms, that refresher, and 2 BKBs. They're gonna make the go.
It's the first one out.
So many ways of lockdown on the side of Fnatic with these hexes as well as that bad.
No,
Envy doesn't care.
He's just running in. Straight in. He's looking for the catch. We'll pop the refresher already. Refresher shot pop. We'll get the refresher ore back into his inventory. And that'll be the tier 3 taken. Fnatic, they should have a good shot at getting this second set of racks, and they will. Jump forward, Universe again. Getting the lasso. It's onto LeBron. Drags back the AA. LeBron is gone. No buyback from the AA available. As Fnatic get that second set of racks. General will be back in the game in 10 seconds. And Fnatic, with the 2 exorcisms pop, they'll at least back off. Wait until Envy's refresher orb is back off cooldown. Fnatic, they're getting that lead built up. 11k advantage now. They're getting these big objectives. And they were able to punish this time where Fnatic do not have buybacks. Sorry, Na'Vi do not have buybacks.
Worthy tribute.
Just constantly being able to find the grabs on the crucial heroes. Just so much lockdown with these chain hexes. And Lil unable to really find those send homes in those crucial situations. $11k gold. DJ just has a casual 7,000 gold on a Tusk.
Worth noting as well, of course, in case you missed it, Witch Doctor Pi, he is the one with the Aegis.
Okay.
It isn't on one of the cores. Able to grab it in the sort of the panic of the Roshan fight, you would imagine, as I'm sure. I mean, I guess at this stage, though, your cores do kind of want to have all the 6 items they have, and as we've seen, Fnatic's cores are very hard to bring down.
You know what's kind of cool, too? I haven't seen level 25 Witch Doctor at all since the talents changed, and that talent's actually pretty absurd if he's not hit by Ice Blast for his team. 1.5% max health.
And as we said as well with the Aeon Disc, he's keeping himself alive, keeping more time for him to pump out the heal in the midst of the fights.
Yeah. They're looking to go here now with 2 different exorcisms.
Let's try for the jump. Dendy, save for the Lotus Orb. We'll be able to blink back. There's the exorcism coming out. They come in with the second hex onto General. General nullified as well. Hannah got in the 4-staff, gets General out of there. BKB pumped by Crystallize. He's picked it up just for this fight. Envy with the BKB surrounding this man. Lil getting punched down low. Lil will fall. No champ for 80 seconds. Envy retreating. Keeping his distance, getting the creeps pushed in. Look at the exorcism pumping out. Fear from the screen, again, shoving Envy momentarily back. This Voodoo Restoration, as you mentioned, is going to come into play. Fnatic very quickly going to get themselves back up to full health.
Look how much it heals for. It's actually crazy.
Just these little sort of pokes and prods. Pressure Orb is popped, so again, your exorcism is popped, but immediately there is a second one available for Envy.
They're keeping Na'Vi in their base, and the thing that's really suffering for Na'Vi is there's just so many BKBs available for Fnatic nonstop too, so they can't actually like hold anybody down to be able to let the PL just beat them down. So crucial having all these refreshers. Even Batrider's about to have one finished too.
Illusion.
Going up for a pick here. Na'Vi is aware.
Na'Vi actually up top. Maybe DJ was very close to revealing himself by the wave there. But blinks out, TP's away, down towards the bottom lane. Keeping at least 2 of the 3 lanes constantly pushed in, and ooh, there's a stat for you indeed. Since TI5, this is the top net worth on a Tusk. DJ really bringing the performance here on the main stage.
372 last hits on a Tusk, man.
Hi. Pretty deep here. Same time up top. Universe trying for the jump in. Reactions there for General. Has the Lotus Orb upon him. Tendy. Used up. Universe will put the BKB and back off. But General is trying for the chase down. Gets the burst. He's able to take down the Batrider. Ice Blast. Flies across. Envy and Arbit are out with the BKB. He's turning towards Tendy. They've got the Hex control. Envy doesn't have the damage. DJ jumps forward. To Hanagon. The Serval comes in. Tendy will still be able to blink out. Tendy will survive. And DJ will fall. The Hex of response bringing down the Tusk. Universe has fought back for this fight. Arbit.
They get Arbit too.
They've got the Hex. They'll pop the DK! Na'Vi finally able to sort of shove Fnatic away from this area that they've been hovering around for the longest of time outside the doorstep of Na'Vi's base. They're able to hit hard into the lineup of Fnatic, and now they can start to look to get some of these lanes pushed back out on Pi. He's up top, he does have a Glimmer Cape. General know with detection on him. They're going to hunt for him. Can they read the movements of Pi? General's hunting through the tree lines. Pi, he's going to be found out. He does have the Eon Disc. There's going to be a buyback. In fact, look at this. It was a bit of a debate from Pi. The backup's there. Refresher shot popped by Envy. He goes in with a refresher off. It looks towards General. They take down the Tiny. Tiny's gone.
Pi even revealed himself there too. He just walks out, throws the Maledict to try to make them
Absolutely wanted Na'Vi to go on him there. But Na'Vi, they're not happy that they've lost one. There was the TP attempt out. From the Wish Shop to Pi, he's caused issue for them in the past, and now he'll be out. Dendi jumping forward, trying to get more. Envy's Exorcism will wear out soon, but he still has the BKB and a second instance of the Hex to pop.
Yeah, having the haste while Exorcism there too being very useful, because he gets hit by Shadow Strike, but doesn't slow him down at all. Na'Vi though able to punch back pretty heavily there in that last engagement in that mid. I think the Ice Blast hit like 3 or 4 heroes, right? And then General with that first committal to bring down Universe is real important.
You saw the BKB comes out, but you're not going to be able to get yourself back up in terms of health. You may sort of hold it at the place, but still very nasty to fight into. You're Fnatic.
Haste.
38-39, 73 minutes in. I just can't get over how close this game is, Fog. There still is no way of telling which way it's going to go.
Nope.
My thrift.
Even with the Aegis and Cheeses and Refresher Shards, we still have no idea.
Hand of God.
Yeah, I think for Fnatic, another sort of a waiting game. Wait for that Refresher Orb to come back off cooldown for Envy. No need to push when you've just got the 1 Exorcism. Make sure you've got the 2. Roshan, we will be seeing... Okay, see the time at the moment. 2 minutes and 45 seconds until Roche is back up. And that'll be what, the 6th? 6th for Roche this game? Maybe the 7th? I mean, I've lost count.
I think 6.
So
I think it's going to be the
Roshans.
6th.
I think it's the 6th, isn't it?
Yeah. And we're almost everybody level 25 too. We might actually get to see AA level 25.
What's he at the moment?
23.
Level 23. Of course, buyback statuses. Again, it is incredibly important to note at this stage of the game. Only DJ and Universe do not have it. Everybody else has got theirs at the ready.
Yeah, that's why you see Na'Vi playing a bit more in that aggressive stance now. They know that they're limited by that on the side of Fnatic.
Oh. You can catch anyone coming up to the high ground. DJ, the mid lane does have the Invis room. Coming back. Again, shifting their attention towards the Roshan, but of course the teams themselves don't know the exact timing that it will spawn, but it is in that period where there's a chance that it will. So we can expect to see both teams look to control sort of the vision advantage around him. And as you can see at the moment with the 3 Observer Wards, Na'Vi do have the upper hand in terms of knowing Fnatic's movements around this pit.
Yep. General, though, constantly on lane duty. Has an Arcane Rune as well, so the Boots of Travel will come up in about 20 seconds, so he can push up bottom just fine and then join his team.
Dendi as well. So the 7th slot's coming through. Pops his bots into his backpack. He has the Orchid picked up as well. These sort of extra late game silences, especially when the BKBs are pretty much all down to 5 seconds.
Yeah. Every little thing is going to matter in these fights.
All about the execution now between these two teams.
They've actually reclaimed the gold lead. The swings on the graph are unbelievable.
Then Envy will show himself. Na'Vi. He got up on a Universe on the side, but the BKB jumps in. Oh, he is actually going to use himself up. That's going to mean he's not going to find the initial jump, but he will still find the lasso onto Lil. Drags Lil to the sidelines. Crystallize trying to commit here with the BKB. There'll be a buyback from Lil. Crystallize pops the doppelganger. Universe picks out for the timing. They've got the Hex onto Crystallize. They have the control. They'll take down the PL. Crystallize gone for 2 minutes. Universe there.
They go straight to check that rush, but yeah, Universe. I think Misclick yields himself, but still finds a pick-off.
I think probably what happened there, I think he tried to use the target. They already got the BKB out, so he was obviously sort of pressing it multiple times.
Yep.
Bam, sends himself up with self-cast. So it wasn't as if he would have actually been able to use one. In fact, down bottom, Universe Found the lasso. They put the control onto General, trying to push out this lane, and this time will pay with his life.
Having
A second core gone from Na'Vi.
Having the refresher up there, refreshes the lasso, able to join the fray, find that pick off, and now again, Fnatic have claimed themselves the gold lead, and they make their way into the pit.
Will we see again this sort of focus on controlling Roche? Na'Vi, they have 2 buybacks if they know that they're in the pit. Fnatic, Na'Vi want to get back in. They'll seal with the Ice Blast. Will we see buybacks come out for Na'Vi?
Keeping eyes out there. Dendi playing quite aggressively.
Are they really going to decide to just let this one go? No, they're not.
No, they're not.
No, they're not. Crystallize is back in. High, holding the fort at the side. Exorcism popped by Envy is not Fnatic. Pop everything in to speed up this attempt. Shards are down, trying to block off Na'Vi. Dendi jumps forward aggressively with the BKB, trying to get himself involved in the pit, but he has to back off. War's punch with the BKB holds him up. He's got the self-fuel, has some time to keep himself alive, but the stone control's there. Dendi will fall. Dendi gone for 100 seconds. Fnatic trying to move back in the pit. Dendi will buy back as well as Gerald. They've got the ancient parallel route onto the Universe. Universe able to force himself out, but Roshan is down. Fnatic, they grab the Aegis. Once again, taking it all. Crystallize has to be careful. He brought back for this. Universe jumps in. They've got the lasso. Can Na'Vi keep him alive? Dendi with the Sonic Wave. What's the Aegis on the DK?
Is he gonna live?
Takes down Universe and Crystallize with the BKB. He's able to turn it around. They found Pipe. They found Universe with the Nullify off the DK Ahmed. He's fighting back. The cheese is popped as soon as the Nullify ends. Crystallize. He has to kill himself with the Aegis, but that means Crystallize. Little Dendi. They're down. Ahmed with the cheese play. Surviving through it all. The buyback's there from Pi. As Fnatic know, this is the time to try and finish the game. Only LeBron and General alive. Fnatic, they're down the middle lane. Fortification comes through. But they're knocking on the tier 4. 78 minutes into this epic. Fnatic doing it, and in what? A symbolic style as well with Ahmed, the strong rock, managing to push forward. He will get bursted. General, can he really hold with LeBron? I don't think so. The buyback's there from Ahmed. Fnatic onto the Ancient. The AoE cold feet, it looks nice. Whoa, that sound effect.
That is loud.
Goodness, that's deep.
But it does look Fnatic. They have claimed this one.
They have GG is called, ladies and gentlemen. Fnatic take in this best of 3 between themselves and Na'Vi in a 78-minute match, 46-42. Without a doubt, some of the best Dota we've seen in quite some time. These teams, I wonder how they're going to be feeling after this one, Fog. They've got potentially 2 more games of this to go through, but Fnatic taking the lead.
What an absolutely ridiculous game. Just everyone getting so farmed up, game going so late, so many Roshans, just so important, just how important that Rosh is. Just getting that Aegis, that cheese, that